There it is, another Chinook Arch, and another incredibly gorgeous day. Hardly any snow anywhere. Here, a little west of the mountains, it was still in the ditches, piled up a bit where it had drifted earlier, but the fields pretty much bare. And there is even less of it as I went further east. Driving along the gravel roads, I was leaving trails of dust hanging in the still air behind me. And it was warm enough that McGregor Lake, although mostly frozen over, was covered with a beautiful slick water. The ice was obviously thick enough for fishermen to be out there. I'm pretty sure they were doing well, too. A lot of fish in that lake, pike and walleye. Along the shore, ice was piled up a little bit, but it does that when it expands and bubbles up. The shoreline itself was fascinating. I love this kind of thing. Just walking along looking for stuff frozen into the ice, like this giant snail shell. And feathers. This one I think is from a snow goose. Another one I found a little further along. Pretty sure that's from a swan. I continued on south down along the lake, and as I went there was even less snow. A little bit in the ditches here and there, but otherwise things were pretty much bare. Down at the south end of the lake there was actually open water. Along the shoreline, slabs of ice that had broken loose. And splashing around, these golden-eyed ducks. They're divers, so they love this kind of stuff. By this point the temperature had risen to, I don't know, somewhere around 11, 12 degrees. It was absolutely gorgeous. And not very far further east I came out from the edge of the Chinook Arch and the sun was shining on, a green field. I know this is a cover crop, but still, it's January. And it was as I was photographing this I started to feel a little bit guilty. Although I was loving every second of this day, when I put up the little drone I could see there was no snow. It was bare grass everywhere. Bees were buzzing around. And except for the ice on the lake, it kind of felt like a springtime day. And down where the Little Bow River comes out from under Travers Dam, I found this bald eagle and a bunch of ducks and geese sitting on pretty much open water. Putting up the drone again, there is no snow in that country. I mean, I love the beautiful bare grass, and I grew up with this, but man, it is dry. I'm sure these partridge are loving it. They were poking around in just plain old grass. I bet these mule deer prefer these conditions to having to paw around to get at their meals. But I was feeling a little bit guilty about how much I was enjoying this warm and dry. It was lovely, but you know what? We could really use some snow.